Good
Hello.
morning.
How are you guys? How are
Whoop,
you?
whoop.
I think do we only do that on
I don't know. I just felt like
Wednesdays?
doing it.
I feel like Thursdays can be a party too, as long as we've had our caffeine, right?
I'm only this far in my caffeine.
Oh, okay.
So,
I'm like this far into a Coke Zero and like this far into my coffee. I
uh-oh.
do two drinks because
I have multiple
some
drinks at home usually.
sometimes
Yeah.
you need a little bit of spritz and sometimes you need a big slug of
I
coffee.
tried something last night by
Yeah.
referral of a friend. I tried ginger ale
Yeah.
with she uses like a Tazo tea concentrate liquid,
Mm-hmm.
but I bought one and it was spoiled, so I threw it away. But I had
Okay.
the tea bags also, so I put a tea bag of Tazo passion tea uh in my glass of ginger ale.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Sounds
It
good.
was so good.
Wow. Yeah, I bet that was awesome.
Shout out to Lexi.
That was that's a really good suggestion.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to try that. If you guys are new here, I'm Abby,
And I'm Becky.
and we are a part of the Bead Place. We are a brick and mortar bead and yarn shop in the St. Louis area, and we are also an online retailer and wholesaler. We come to you live Thursdays at noon and also Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Central. So last night
So
at our um, Wednesday night live party, you guys actually, you guys helped us browse the store and select um, awesome beads to fit this month's color combo. While I load those screens onto the stream, would you mind talking a little bit about the color combo and what it is that we have been doing the last couple of months?
yeah, so the color combo originated with Carrie Griffiths, uh, Carrie the Crafter on YouTube, and it morphed into something including Paula Keen, and so the color combo is shared on a Facebook group called Makers of Mixed Media Art/Artists, and every month people make whatever they want to using these colors. I like to make
Oh, you got crystals.
uh-oh I like to make gel
Here,
prints.
let me go back on us. Okay.
I like to make gel prints with the colors. um and then also we have been making a wrap bracelet slash necklace with the color combo
Let's show on hand.
pictures also. There you go. So this is the one we made for March. It was teal, antique bronze, and chateau rose.
Ooh.
Yeah, fancy, fancy. So this month it is flushing pink and peach and carrot curl.
There's some fun colors. Becky and I kind
Yeah.
of had a challenge wrapping our heads around this, so we were really glad to have you guys with us last night, helping us choose colors. I will say that everybody wanted to add hot pink into this, but there is no hot pink.
It's not hot pink.
It's not hot pink. So these
Yeah.
are the three colors. Let's go to hand cam. The first thing that you guys voted on was the colors of S1 cord that Becky would be using in her design. And sometimes we do like black, white, or both. So it's not always either or. Sometimes it's both. And so you guys chose both for this one. So the rules are you use the three colors. You can add one metallic and then black and white, or black and or white.
Yeah.
So whether that medium is printmaking, like what Becky showed you, or whatever, you have those kind of sets of parameters to apply to your design. So we are implementing black and white into the project with Eslon. And then also, you guys chose last night a seed bead color, which was pearl. We did have bone, but it looked a little yellow. And then a matte black. So we'll figure out some fun ways to implement that into the designs.
Yeah.
If you like the beads that you helped us choose last night, or even if you were not able to watch last night, but you love the beads that you're seeing today, we do have a choose your own adventure mystery inspiration kit available for $14.95. So what we do is we take the materials that we use in the project and add more to it. And we create a mystery smattering of some of the parts and pieces that you guys help us choose during the monthly Choose Your Own Adventure streams.
And it's roughly enough to make something similar to what I'm making.
Yeah, roughly is the key. Each month there will be a different like price point for each individual material that's selected. So we do a little bit of math to try and figure out like we want to include absolutely everything. But our advice to you is if you want multiples of any specific like kind of higher end bead, we recommend grabbing
multiple kits.
Kits.
Last month, most people bought 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, this is a really fun mix.
It is. Sue says, watching while at work. Hi, Sue.
Hi, Sue.
Hi, Terry. Terry says, that 3mm strand of crystals is fire. Yes.
Yeah,
it is.
We like it
really
too.
Pretty.
It has all the colors in it.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Terry says, Abby, I would love for that bag to be just a bit bigger. Maybe a $19.95 price point. That's a good idea, you know, especially since people are
getting multiples. Yeah.
I didn't want it to be like, I don't know. I need to like update my mindset for like what is considered affordable, especially in like today's economy. Because,
inflation.
Because
like, you can't get much for.
To me, it's like I want it to be under $20, but $19.95 is under $20.
It is maybe $18.50.
Yeah,
we'll play around with it.
We'll see what price point to choose. I think we'll stick with the $14.95
for this month at least.
Well, yeah, because we already sold some, but
well, cool.
But we'll definitely look at the numbers and see like what the breakdowns would be for the selections to see how evenly that would spread out.
Yeah.
We sometimes have limited quantity of things, so we thought that like smaller price points would be good. But I like your idea, Terry, especially because people have been buying multiple of the packs.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's not just because we've been saying buy multiple.
Well, I don't think we said buy multiple on the first one. People just did it. I don't know.
I don't remember.
But that's the kind of feedback we like, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So these are some of the fun selections. And guys, sorry it's a little dark in here. It's weird outside.
My light's on, I promise. But yeah, it's getting ready to storm buckets pretty soon.
I'm gonna move you up just a hair, just so we can see more of your.
Trying to keep these separated.
I did want to mention while Becky is sorting the beads out, this weekend we do have the Great Bead Extravaganza. We launched our Patchwork Voyager necklace kit a few days ago, and we do have limited quantities of those. So I'm going to put that link in the chat for anybody who is interested in checking that kit out. The Great Bead Extravaganza is a quarterly virtual bead show that is super, super fun. There are 10 companies that come together to collaborate to put on this virtual bead show, and it's a whole weekend long of hour-long presentations of learning and creativity. So things kick off tomorrow, Friday, with the preview party at, I believe, 7 p.m. Central. And then presentations start Saturday and last all day long. Then our presentation kicks off Sunday's day of presentation. So we are Sunday at 10:30 a.m. Central, and we'll be creating a Patchwork Voyager necklace kit. We are so lucky to have Francesca Watson of the Makery as our guest presenter for this event, for the Spring Fling event.
What is she known for? What does she do?
She's a metalsmithing instructor. So
that's cool.
Yeah, she's awesome. So we're really lucky and excited to have her. I can't wait to watch her presentation.
Yeah.
Kate from beadshop.com did an interview with her on the Great Bead Extravaganza Facebook page and YouTube channel. So I would check that out if I were you, Becky, to just kind of get an idea of some of the stuff that she does and what she'll be showing off this weekend. We also have a change to the giveaway, the Great Beat Extravaganza Grand Prize giveaway this time around. There are 3 winners. So there are 3 grand prize giveaway winners
Instead of one.
Yeah. So
may the odds be ever in your favor.
Yeah, better chances to win. So you can find the giveaway link on the Great Beat Extravaganza Facebook page. We've shared it. I'm going to see if I can find it quickly right now. And we can share it here in the comments. If Facebook will let me navigate. Facebook's been kind of weird today. Like our stream didn't land on our page like it normally does. It's like in the event and it wouldn't let me share it out. So if our stream popped up on your Facebook feed or if you got a notification for it, let us know because it was weird for me.
Real quick, I'm going to take you up just a little bit so you can see everything on my mat. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that is everything.
Beautiful.
There we go. I just wanted people to see everything I'm doing here. All kinds of cool colors and textures and shapes, and I love it. Okay, so all I did so far was I cut 2 pieces of the white Eslon and 1 piece of the black Eslon. I cut it a full wingspan, so I held both of my arms straight out to the sides and measured that much. That's approximately 5 feet. 5 feet? It seems longer than 5 feet. Well, anyway.
Well, you're taller than 5 feet.
Yeah, I'm like 5'4", so it's probably about 5'4". Anyway, we might not use all of it, but it's better to have too much than not enough. So there we go. So what I'm thinking for this one is last month what we did was a bobble knot. So we put 3 strands and we did like 1 or 2 beads on each strand, then we tied a knot. What I'm thinking for this time is flowers. So what I'm planning to do is string my beads on the black one here, and then on the white ones on the outside I'm going to put some seed beads so it looks like, and then cinch it so it looks like a flower. Cute. So we'll have to figure out what number of the size 8 seed beads we need to put on here to make it like look like what we want it to look like, but we'll figure it out.
What are you doing for the center?
Just any one of these.
Oh, cute.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
are you doing square knots between like macrame, or are you just gonna do flower after flower? See how it goes?
I'm just gonna wrap it around my finger and do like a regular just knot.
Oh.
Like my normal knot.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cute.
Yeah.
I was thinking you were doing like the square knot flowers.
No.
Okay. Cool.
No.
Can't wait to see.
Yeah. So I'm going to start off with one of our rose quartz beads. It escaped. No escaping, little guy. No escaping, little guy. And then, so pink, I am going to put, let's start off with putting like 5 seed beads on each of the white and see if that is a good number. And I might need to adjust that a little, each time, because the center focal bead for each flower is going to be different. So it'll be a little bit of trial and error, but that's the fun part. Just kind of playing around with it and seeing what works. And yeah. So this one is a little bit more labor intensive than past projects that we've done, for this color combo, but I think it'll look really cute.
Oh yeah. Do you want big eye needles?
Yeah, like 2 of those and a triangle tray, please.
You got it.
Yeah, because you got to keep your beads separated. Come out and play. It's noon and we're already singing. Not us, no. It's so funny. I have to share something with you. So this morning, a friend of mine and I were texting, and he got some pretty bad news recently. And I thought, well, I need to make him a playlist of songs to cheer him up. And you know what came on my Pandora in the car, like right away?
What?
Let's Go Crazy by Prince.
Oh,
like, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Don't let the elevator bring you down. Go crazy. Where did my rose quartz go? Did it run away again?
I don't know.
I think it did. So the hardest part about this one, the hardest part, to be honest with you, is keeping your S-Lon threads from tangling, but just keep an eye on it and it's fine.
And it'll be way easier for you at home because you don't have a
Yeah.
bunch of cords all around you.
Yeah.
And
technology and
you got 2 needles here,
things.
Becky.
Thank you.
And then you've got a triangle.
A triangle tray. Okay, so that's not quite enough. See what I'm doing here? That's not quite enough seed beads. We're going to put 3 more on each side and see what happens. 3 more on each side and see what happens. So I'm going to take this and this. So Abby, am I thinking correctly? If I like cinch it and tie it in, a tight enough knot, it's going to stay where I want it to stay?
As far as I know, I've never done it that way, but this is what the experiment is all about.
Yeah.
Exercise
I've never done it that way either, but in my head it works. So we're going to do it.
We can try it. And if not, we can resort to the
other methods. Yeah.
Square knot.
Yeah. Or just a different look altogether.
Yeah. I'm committed to the flower.
I would like it very much if the flowers worked out.
We can do the square knot method to get a flower if the overhand knot doesn't work.
Yeah.
Lexi says, hello. Miriam says hi too. I ditched her stream to look at beads instead.
Well, thank you, Lexi. Thank you, Miriam. Yeah.
Lexi says, what a lovely little spread on the table.
Mm-hmm.
Sherry says, I watched Jill McKay and she couldn't love you more, Abby. Well, that's nice. What'd Jill say about me? I love Jill too.
Lexi, were you here earlier when I mentioned the tea and ginger ale? I was talking about that.
Just got here.
Okay.
Was Lexi who you were?
Yeah, she suggested the tea and ginger ale thing.
Hey,
and then also Lexi was the one that I was on a video chat with while I was making these prints. And she was printing too.
Fun.
Yeah. Miriam that just joined us is one of my real life friends too.
Oh, I think Miriam was streaming and Lexi.
Oh, I thought you said Miriam was here. Okay.
Lexi left Miriam's stream to come here. But Miriam says hi.
Hi, Miriam.
Lexi.
Okay. I understand.
Lexi says, I wasn't. Did you try it already?
I did. I bought the liquid concentrate and I opened it. And as I noticed that it was leaking. And I noticed that the expiration date was 3 days ago. When I just bought it yesterday.
That's such a bummer.
And the seal inside was already broken. So if in doubt, throw it out.
Yeah.
So I threw it out, but I had some tea bags of that same flavor and I put a tea bag of the Tazo passion tea in my ginger ale and holy cow, it was good.
Nice.
It was really good. That's what I wanted. Look at that.
Cute. It works.
Yeah.
On your next one, or maybe a couple down whenever, could we demonstrate the square knot one?
I'll let you do that.
Okay. So Wendy's here. Hello, Wendy.
Hi, Wendy.
Sherry says, how about using the carrot beads surrounding the pink beads? That's a fun idea. Lexi says, yikes. Terry says, oh, what? Steeping tea and ginger ale? Game changer.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I didn't steep the tea. It was just a tea bag in a glass of cold ginger ale. And like within minutes, you could see the ginger ale turn colors because the tea I was using was pink. So within minutes, you could see it turn. And
wow.
Yeah, so I just took the tea bag out and threw it away and drank it. And it was so good.
Does steeping mean heat it up or does it just mean like put it in there?
I think steeping refers to like the process of like brewing the tea, like heating it up and like, I think.
Let's look it up.
Yeah. I do mostly iced coffee and iced tea. And I used to make boiling water and then put my tea bags in it and then put it in the fridge. But it works if you just put a tea bag into cold water. It takes a little bit longer, but it works. So that's usually what I do. I just get some water from our filter and put it in a big jug and throw some tea bags in there and let it sit.
So apparently steeping is just soaking it in water to extract the flavor. So I guess it doesn't necessarily mean to heat it up.
Okay.
It says to soak food or tea in water or other liquid so as to extract its flavor or to soften it.
Well, then, yes, that's what I did. Thank you, Abby. Thank you, Google. I'm gonna try 6 beads on this one.
Terry just learned that she can steep chai in apple juice.
Mmm. That sounds really good. Now I'm gonna be putting tea bags in like everything.
Yeah.
No tea bagging. Okay, let's see.
Terry says, "Sorry, steep soak. I am not a tea savant." Well, clearly neither are we.
No, I pretend to be, but obviously I'm not.
Terry says you can make sun tea on nice days. A few tea bags in a large glass vessel with a lid placed in sun for a day.
Yeah, we have a deck in the back of our house with a pergola, and it's a whole table and everything back there. So yeah, I do sun tea sometimes. Okay, so
how cute is that?
yeah, look at that.
Oh, I love it.
So Abby, I'm gonna let you sit here for a minute, and do you want to demonstrate your square knot?
Can you finish that one with your traditional method, and then
Okay.
I will start one
Okay.
and end one
Okay.
with a square knot.
So what I'm doing to keep these beads where I want them to be is I'm just pinching it really tight up against there, and I'm making the knot. And some people like using a knotting tool. I
Or
prefer,
like a bent nose tweezers.
yeah, I just prefer to use my fingers. I don't know, my fingers are my favorite tool, and it usually works out for me. So
Look how cute
isn't that
that
cute?
is.
I love it. Okay, Abby,
All
your
right,
turn.
let's trade spots. Okay. Now, what am I going to use?
So we can contrast that.
Yeah.
That was the chair, I promise.
Okay, so let's take this guy.
So black and orange are giving me Halloween vibes. I dig it. Yeah, Halloween is every day, right?
And maybe one of these. Your screen is small today.
Is it?
What is the deal?
Technology's being silly today, y'all.
Isn't the screen normally bigger?
I think so. I don't know.
Mm.
All of our favorite apps and programs and websites are like getting updates like it's a good thing, but like, no. Leave it the way it was.
Okay, I think I like that little dude, and then I like those little seed beads with it. Okay, so what I'm going to do to set up my knot, first I'm going to take this bead off that I just put on. I was just checking the size. So first what I'm going to do is...
We'll reach around you.
Okay.
That was a chair again, I promise.
I'm going to take my right hand cord and I'm going to lay it over the center cord. I'm going to take my left hand cord and lay it over the tail end of my left or my right hand cord. So feel free to take a screenshot if you want to.
Right, Terry, I feel you.
And then my left hand cord is going to come under the middle cord and up through this little hole in between my right hand cord and my left hand cord. So feel free to take another screenshot here. And then what we're going to do is pull this all the way through. And so in theory, if we did all the steps right, we have a knot that is including this center cord here.
That was through that
So when we pull that tight, we get half of a knot. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do the opposite of that. So the left hand comes over the middle thread. The right hand comes over the tail end of the left hand under the middle thread and then out this little loop. And again, we're going to tighten it. And mine's twisting a little bit just because I didn't hold it right. But when we tighten it, what's going to happen is we get this cute little square knot. Let me situate it so you can see.
Lock it in.
Lock it in. Okay, so you could be doing little square knots like that, and you would see more of the outer thread and less of the inner thread. So if you want just like a little pop of black, you could do the square knots and the black would only show up really kind of on the inside of your knots here. But if you want it to kind of show all the thread colors, definitely the overhand knots like what Becky's doing. So mine still creates the flower the same way. So what we're going to do is string our center bead on the black thread. And then we are going to string our seed beads to create the flower. So I think I'm going to try with maybe 5 and see where that lands us. But keep in mind when we do square knots, the outer threads are going to be used more than the inner thread. So you will run out of white faster. Is that too many? Oh, yeah, that's too many. We're going to go to 4.
Lexi said, darn these square knots. I still have to use a reference diagram every time I use one. Well, now you don't have to use a diagram. You can just watch this video or take screenshots and look at those.
It's still tricky, though, because
it's something you got to practice.
Yeah, until you get it solidified in your brain.
Yeah.
It's...
Make up a song about it. That's what I do.
And everybody learns differently, too. Some things are easy for certain people to remember, and sometimes there's just not room. Oh, did I lose my bead? I think I lost my center bead like you were losing your rose quartz.
Yeah.
Oh, yep, it's down there on the floor. I'll get him later. You just pick a new one. So bead stoppers are good. Also, macrame boards are good. We've got some cool macrame boards in stock at beadplace.net. Some people pin things down.
I like to put it in on a clipboard.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so the square knot also sets the beads out a little bit from the base. I don't know if you can see the difference between the black flower and the flower that I'm working on, but the beads start a little bit further out. So we're going to do... Oh, member services.
Oh.
I don't know if you guys can hear our caller ID chirping.
Member services. Well,
we're going to
surely spam.
Do this square knot the same way. We're going to do one on the right side like this and one on the left side. And we could switch back and forth. Not a huge deal, but I like the consistency. And it'll keep it a little flatter. Pardon my fiddliness. I've got the tail ends kind of wrapped around something at the bottom here. All right, so that's one set of square knots. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tighten the first one, tighten the second one. And if you wanted more space in between your little flowers, you could do a couple more square knots to space them apart. But I think I'm going to pass the reins back over to Becky. I don't think there's much of a difference between the way the flowers look. Obviously, they'll be a little bit more poofy, depending on the number of seed beads that you use, the shape of the inner bead that you use, and then the tension that you're using. But there's a couple different methods. So if square knots are tricky for you, definitely the overhand knot method that Becky is demonstrating is a really, really great alternative.
Yeah. Do what you like.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to switch you. I'll go this way. That way we're not dancing in the middle, tangled in the cords.
Terry says, I talk to myself when I drop peyote stitches. Yeah, you're not talking to yourself. You're consulting with the experts, right? Well, it's funny, but not that funny, Abby.
That's really good.
It's not that funny, Abby.
Well, as you talk to yourself a lot,
I
Becky.
do.
So as someone that has worked with Becky for 15 years?
A while, yeah.
That's extra funny coming from you.
Well, yeah, we get to know each other better every day. Now she knows why I talk to myself, because you have to consult the experts, right?
That's really funny.
Oh no! Since I had COVID in 2022, I'm extra forgetful and just scatterbrained and clumsy, and so yeah, talking to yourself really helps. Gotta do what you gotta do. Okay,
I'm sorry. I hope that didn't upset you.
Oh no, I'm. You're laughing with me, not at me. I know. Oh, I laugh at myself all the time. I'm a mess.
Oh my gosh! Look at that rain.
Oh, it's dumping buckets. There's the buckets I was talking about.
Oh, I hope people still come to open group today.
I don't know.
We had some folks come to open group yesterday.
Are they gonna?
It's not today.
Are these gonna fit through there? It's big enough. I know it's big enough. There we go. There we go.
Yay.
Oh, the one side wasn't as open as the other side. There we go. We got it.
Woohoo.
We got it. I really wanted to use one of these. I love these tube beads.
Terry says, or at least take a survey of you and you.
Take a survey of what?
You and you.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Or you can, oh, I'm talking to the boss lady.
Yeah.
Talking to yourself. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to use the white pearl seed beads with this one. I'm trying
Ooh,
to
that'll be pretty.
not make a pattern with the seed beads,
I brought
but
you
do them
needles.
randomly.
You'd have to take the needles on and off to do it.
Yeah, well, I'm only going to use the needles if it starts fraying and stuff.
Oh, smart.
Because I don't want to have to cut the ends a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, they're there if I need them.
Gotcha.
But I might not need them. Cross your fingers.
Yeah.
How are we doing on time, Abby?
We have about a little over 10 minutes.
Cool.
Still.
We'll do a couple more flowers. Yeah. Yeah, we open the shop at 1 and we have to do a couple things to prepare to open the shop.
I do not think we have a class at this table at 1. But let me check the calendar real quick.
Yeah.
We probably can smush stuff down. No, we don't. We just have open group today.
Okay. Yeah, sometimes there's people like waiting at the door before we open, but today there's not anybody out there because it's raining buckets.
Right.
But yeah.
Yesterday we had a wire wrapping class and I met a new friend named Darlene and she took Ruth's class and picked out a gorgeous labradorite cabochon for her first wire wrap pendant and she did great.
8. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, Ruth is a fantastic instructor.
Yes.
Yeah. I think it's funny. When I was watching you make the knots a few minutes ago, I thought it was interesting. Well, what were you saying? Yeah, somebody's trying to come in the door already.
We open at 1.
We were just saying, well, there's nobody outside waiting. Well, now there is. That
was cute. He said, oh.
She mouthed the words to him. We open at 1. He said, oh. Yeah, so Abby, when I was watching you, teach the knot a few minutes ago, our teaching styles are very different. And I can tell that you've been YouTubing for a lot longer than I have.
Oh, because I held until like, is that why?
Well, you talk slower than I do, which is something I'm working on. And you told me to take screenshots. You explained why, and you did this and that, and just really kindergarten-y. That's not a bad word. It's a good explanation.
Trying to make it easy for people to learn the bare minimum basics.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Like, I try to emphasize the bare minimum basics while also throwing the tips in.
Yeah.
Everything can get all confused if there's too much information.
Yeah. Well, you say things out loud as you do them.
Yeah.
You're going to want to do this and then next do that. Whereas my teaching style is, hey, watch what I'm doing. Do this.
Yeah.
This is what I'm doing. There you go.
I learn by watching, but I know a lot of people learn by listening.
Or doing.
Well, so,
yeah, I learned by doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. There's another little flower.
Oh, look how cute that is. Oh, you didn't do a knot at the beginning of that.
Oh my gosh, you're right. I didn't.
It's okay though, because my square knot is holding it.
Okay.
It's okay.
Yeah,
as long as you're happy with the way it looks. I think it's adorable.
It looks like a little baby with the long one in the.
It does.
It looks like a little baby. Squirrel. Yeah, so while I'm making more flowers here, Abby, why don't you tell them about, we told them about the Great Bead Extravaganza. Tell them about our visitor at the end of this month.
Oh, sure. Yeah, we've got a Voyager Beads trunk show coming up. Phil, our good buddy Phil, is going to be here in the store the 24th, the 25th, and 26th. And I'm super stoked. We have the Phil's Picks boxes that we just launched yesterday for this go round.
Go in there.
It's a discounted treasure box.
I cannot find the orifice. Go in there.
You can do it.
Okay, I'm going to use a needle for this one because it's just not going to happen.
Those flowers have teeny tiny little holes.
They do have teeny tiny holes. We're going to make it work.
You can do it.
You can do it. Yeah, Ducky, do it.
I just dropped the link to the treasure box
in
the chat. We also just announced another trunk show coming up mid-July. which I'm excited about. You guys can check the
Got it.
details for that on our Facebook page and hopefully later today our website. I got some updates and stuff to do on the website today, so hopefully I get that done today.
Oh no, I'm making a mess here.
Oh no!
I'm making a mess.
It's such a pretty pile of beads. I wish the camera showed how pretty it is.
Yeah.
It's
Okay, so
so
let's see.
dreary out.
So the flower, I'm going to put the orange seed beads next to this. Now I'm trying very hard not to put the same color twice in a row for the seed beads, and I'm trying really hard not to make just like a pattern. It's hard for me. Being random is hard.
The seed beads on that are probably going to sit across the face of the flower.
This one, you think?
I think so.
Because
of gravity.
Oh.
So like that one has more weight on the sides than the top.
Oh.
So no matter what, I think it's like, even if you make it so that it sits bubbled out, unless your tension is just right. But even if it gets knocked, it'll probably twist.
Yeah. Well, I mean, worst case scenario, it'll look like a bobble knot. You know, just the beads kind of.
No, I was
every
thinking
which way.
We could utilize that to our advantage, though, by placing like a middle to the flower, like just one bead, and it would sit in the crevice of the flower, like because the beads are gonna go across the face. I thought like maybe if you just did one bead in the middle
to stabilize everything.
To stabilize it. No, I mean like just one bead in the middle. And leave your cord empty on either side.
Oh.
So that it would look, I don't know. That's my idea.
Yeah. And that'll create juxtaposition.
Yeah. Maybe. Just a little bit of something different.
Yeah. So you meant, let me get all my cords straightened out here. Lose my flower on her.
I don't know what this is in reference to because I missed some comments, but Cherie says, Becky, I'm 59 and I can tell you what helped me enter Q by Consult Health on Shop HQ.
Oh.
I don't remember what we were talking about.
About my memory and being clumsy and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Long COVID is real. So you meant just this, right? You meant just put this on there.
And then put like on your white cord. Just put one here and one on the other side.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Terry says, explain it to me like I'm a 5-year-old is the best advice for teaching new people.
Yep. Yep.
Cherie says, Becky, this is cool.
Thanks.
Lexi says, Becky's teaching style. Check this out. And then does a sweet backflip.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's pretty accurate.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, she knows me.
That's funny.
Yeah, well, we've had a couple video play dates, and so she sees like my style of doing things, and yeah, she's just clever with the words. Yesterday, Lexi was on Miriam's live stream making decoupage. Is that the right word? Paper mache, and somehow we got talking about snacks, and I forgot what exactly we were saying about snacks, and she's just like, oh, well, that's a snack of desperation. Like maybe we were out of something, but you really want to have a snack. I forgot exactly what it was,
like
but
a weird combo that
that's a snack of desperation. Yeah, Lexi has her own little vocabulary, and I love it. Okay, so you were talking, do this.
Yeah, I think as long as tension's right, they should stay in the dip.
Yeah.
I think that's super cute. What do you think?
I like it too. And that's a really good use for the Austrian pearls too. Or Austrian crystals, not pearls. A pearl would be nice in there too, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cute. Aww,
look at that.
So sweet that is.
That was a good idea.
Thanks. We tag teamed it.
Teamwork.
Look at us go.
Teamwork. And now it stopped raining.
That's funny.
Welcome to St. Louis.
Right.
Where we use the furnace and the air conditioner in one day.
Mm-hmm.
Tis the season, y'all.
Yeah.
Tis the season.
I gotta call the HVAC people today. We have I shouldn't say it's brand new. We have a 3-year-old, which is relatively new, air conditioner and heater here in the store. And we've had almost no problems with it. And then last night, when we got back to the shop before the stream, it started just like trying to run and then stopping, and then trying to run and then stopping. And every time it would do that, the lights would flicker, which is...
That's no bueno.
It sounds expensive. So, can't wait.
Yeah. Well, I talked to my husband about that, and he knows about electricity, but he does not know about HVAC. But he said it might just be an issue with your fuse box.
So I think what's happening is that it takes a lot of energy to power up the air conditioner to start this cycle.
And it's borrowing.
And because it's starting it over and over and over again because it can't quite turn over, it's just using a lot of electricity.
And it borrows it from the lights.
It's like all of the electricity comes through.
Maybe.
But like the same thing happens at my house. Like when I use the microwave at the same time as the exhaust fan, then the lights flicker.
Not going to your house.
No.
So what I'm doing here is I really wanted to include these 4mm fire polish, but I know it's not going to be a big enough center for a flower. So around on the white ones, I'm just adding some of these smaller crystals, and this is just going to be a cluster, a crystal cluster.
Oh, cute! Like a little section of
nonsense,
raindrops or something.
Yeah, just an extra little. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And if you make that sound effect, it helps. Blah, blah. Yeah, of course.
Oh, and you could cover a lot of ground with those little sections too, and you could kind of go back and forth between the two.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this. And I'm not going to do it like every 5 because that would be a pattern, but like an odd number, 3, 5, 7, that would be ideal. And then also, since it's just a fun little cluster, I'm going to throw in a couple of these and just kind of mix it up. Colors and shapes, textures, just throw it all together. I am a big fan of a little of this, a little of that. And then viola. Oh, and check this out. I was putting on bracelets this morning, and I put this one on. Matches my new tattoo. And I'm finally to the point where I can wear jewelry over here and not have to worry about it, damaging that. But then on this arm, I found one of my Tila bracelets.
That is so cute. I love those colors.
It's almost the color combo.
Yeah.
With some indigo and some gray thrown in there.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah.
Super cute.
I thought it was fun.
So... I'm really inspired with this technique now. I think it would be so fun to just do like blocks of a couple of flowers in a row, and then like a section of just like loosely knotted length, and then another section of loosely knotted length, another section, and then another section of flowers, and just kind of go back and forth. Yeah.
It's early morning, so I'm not finding the holes in the beads very good. But and it might look weird when you just look at it for face value, but like when it's wrapped around your wrist, it's going to look really jumbled and just cohesive, I think. Yeah.
I'm thinking for a necklace. Like how cool would that be for a quick necklace?
That would be neat.
That looks really interesting.
Yeah. Abby, do you mind getting me some chain?
Sure.
I'm going to use, gold, something strong enough for a clasp. And then also I might make a bridge or something in this too.
Okay.
So maybe 6 or 7 inches of some kind of sturdy-ish gold chain.
You want 912?
Sturdy-ish. I don't know the numbers.
How do you not know the numbers and I know the numbers?
I'm on the online inventory manager, and so I put things online, including their number. And 912. We only have like 150 chains over there though. So, I know some of the codes, not all of them.
Well, I know them by like what our most popular chains are.
Yeah.
So 912 is definitely.
Yeah, if you think 912 is good, then I'll use 912.
Do you like 912?
I do like 912.
Do you want it in soft? Do you want it in satin Hamilton gold, or do you want it in regular gold?
Well, I think since this is shiny gold, let's use shiny gold.
But you've got satin Hamilton there.
This is my least favorite one, though.
Okay, fine.
I'm really wanting to use this little shell and or the paisleys. I love paisley. Love paisley. So yeah, so I'm just gonna put, I don't know, 5 or 6 beads on each of my cords here. And I would love to use one of these, but not enough caffeine in me to find the hole in that one. So we're gonna do that one later. But yeah, and then just mix in a couple seed beads and just mix it up because colors and shapes are fun. And then after I get this little bauble done, it probably will be time to start wrapping this up.
It is time.
Okay. Let me cinch
Womp
this
womp.
up and kind of show you what's going on here.
Wouldn't it be fun if we just did like an all-day stream?
Yeah, it would. But yeah, so it's going to be more than this. But yeah, and I'm going to cinch it so it's like real tight. Oh, that's almost a flower right there by itself. Even.
Oh, that's cute. I thought you weren't going to cinch it and you were going to leave the thread loose.
Kind of. I'm gonna bunch it up.
Before you knot it,
but there'll be more on there.
Can I show you what I had in mind? I won't
Yeah.
knot it, but I'll just no, you sit right there. You're
Okay.
fine. Just like
that's the thing with me and Abby. She'll tell me to do something and I'll do it. And she'll be like, well, I didn't mean it that way, but it's good. Just do that.
so like I mean like sections like this where the beads have movement. So like you've got a section of flowers, then you've got a section like this, another section like that. And then they can kind of wiggle waggle all over. And then you would have to do another section of flowers.
Yeah.
But I dig what you are doing.
Yeah, I was just gonna make a big cluster, like twice as many as this, but a cluster. But you know, that would be good. That would create even more contrast if they're floating around.
Just like that length right there.
Yeah.
And,
about 1.5 inches.
Yeah, and then kind of work back and forth.
Uh-huh.
And it would make your necklace faster to complete, but also you still have the look of intricate beadwork for the whole thing because you don't have too much negative space, but you've got enough balance to make it not look heavy.
Yeah.
So
I dig it.
I just think it's fun.
I dig it. I'm gonna make the knot right there.
Okay.
Yeah, and then every 3rd or 5th or whatever flower, I'll throw one of these in, and they'll all be different. And I'm just gonna throw some beads on the thing, and yeah.
Oh, I love that. Look how cute that is. Sweet. Yeah. Imagine doing one flower and then a section of that. One flower and then a section of that. That would be super cute too for a long summer necklace. Too.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Well, we're just coming up with all kinds of cool stuff today.
We are so excited.
So what I'm going to do the chain is, where's the chain?
I put it right there.
Oh, duh, right in front of me. So at the end, I'm going to put a lobster on one end and I'm going to put this chain on the other end to make, a clasp. And then I'm hoping to have a couple inches left over. And what I'm going to do with the leftover is I'm going to make a bridge. I call it a bridge. I just kind of made that up. So what that means is I would put one end of the chain, about 2 inches of chain or so, put 1 inch of chain in my knot here, and then connect it like over here with, put it in as I'm working and put the other end of the chain over there in a knot.
Cute.
And so it just kind of dangles.
Look at how that gold just sets off the black. Like it is what it needs.
That's cool.
Love it.
So like on this one, I made a couple of little small bridges like that.
Sweet.
And then there's a blue one over here. There we go. So yeah. And then this is the same thing I'm going to do for the clasp, just this end. And then some chain and then a lobster on this end. And I put a charm right there, and that's that. So I'm going to finish this today or tomorrow at home, and I will post this in the Facebook group. It's just the Bead Place Facebook group is what it's called. And then you can see what I've done, and I would love to see what you guys do.
Yeah. So we're back up on Facecam.
Hi.
We just linked the Choose Your Own Adventure Mystery Inspiration Kit if you want to grab a fun little smattering of the beads that Becky used in this project today. And we will see you tomorrow for the preview party for the Great Bead Extravaganza. That's going to be super fun. Patchwork Voyager necklace kits are still available, but probably not for long. And I hope that we can do another batch of them before the extravaganza. I'm not sure if we have enough supplies to do that. but that is our goal. So thank you so much for joining us today, guys. Our Great Beat Extravaganza presentation is Sunday at 10:30 a.m. Central. So we will see you tomorrow. We will see you Sunday. And then after that, we will see you next Wednesday at 7 p.m.
For our normal
Central.
Wednesday night party.
Yep. And what are we doing then?
We're unboxing the latest monthly fun pack.
We're a week behind this month because we had bad weather last week. So typically this stream would be like the first week of the month, and then monthly fun pack would be the second, but we're a week behind. Just so
we had really bad weather. It's like almost tornadoes last week. So we stayed home.
Yeah. Debbie says, love your shirt. Well, we sell them at beadplace.net.
We do.
Okay. Thanks, everybody. Have a good day. Bye.